Hey guys, Dummy24 here, and I have another gameplay in my StuG for you. This one's on El Haloof. This is a game I had a little while ago. I've been a little lazy lately and haven't really felt like uploading, but yeah, I want to definitely upload this one. This is one of my favorite, probably one of my top games, one of my favorite games that I've ever had on World of Tanks. So I definitely wanted to get it up. Like I said, I've been a little busy with work and everything lately, so I've been feeling pretty lazy when I come home. But a couple of you have said some pretty nice words. That you've seen me in game, kind of just taking a little time off, just playing for a little bit in game, and you said some nice words and everything, and I really appreciate it. So I said today after work, I said no matter what, I gotta get another video up. So here it is. So on El Haloof, one of my favorite places to sit is right on this rock right here, especially with the StuG since it's got a low profile. It's incredibly difficult to shoot this thing to begin with, and then if you notice I do have the camo net, so I also get better reduced visibility or whatever the heck it's called, whatever, you know. I get the camo net, so I have that, and the nice thing about up here is you can see, obviously, you can see pretty much the whole field. You saw that, what was it, Panzer 4? Panzer 3-4 trying to get on a cap there, and I immediately could hit them. And especially it's great because all these guys when they drive down this back trail or whatever you want to call it, and they try to get up along that side, you can shoot them. You get this whole area. As long as someone gets a spot on them, you can shoot them the whole way down. And I'll go back into. See, I see this Churchill. And the nice thing with this StuG, with roughly a 4-second reload and a crazy accuracy on this thing, I can hit these guys from over here, and I can just pound the living daylights out of them with this quick reload. So that's, as I was saying, that's why I was up here. This is one of my favorite places to sit. And as I was just saying, how the accuracy and everything, and I missed a whole bunch of shots, but. And usually you can get a good track here. If you can track one of these guys, give your arty enough time to get a spot on them or whatever, and get a couple shells on them. That's also, it can make a huge difference. And sometimes when I'm playing this map with the bigger tanks, like the VK, I'll sit up here with the VK, I'll sit up here with the Tiger P. The Tiger P I like to sit up here too because of that strong front armor. Even though I get spotted, a lot of the stuff will bounce off. So that's why I like to sit up with that too. And you can see all these tanks, and they all just come down here, and I can just unload on them. Another spot, a lot of people like to sit right there, but you don't get as much. You can't really see the trail back here if you sit over there. It's kind of like, I think it's harder for that individual anyway, and it's also, you don't get as much much of a shot up here as well. And see, if you see what I'm telling this AT2, another thing that's going to be on one of my next what's the word I'm looking for, becoming a better tanker, is you gotta let these guys, you know, the proverbial saying, don't shoot till you see the whites of their eyes. Let these guys come up a little bit. You know, I understand that it's a pub game and you want to get all the damage and everything by yourself, but if you lose, you don't get as much points anyway. So back up, let the tanks come up into the clearing here, instead of before it was just the AT. If he was sitting right here, he'd be the only one getting shots on him. If you back up, you let the KV2 or whoever come up here, he can get shots on him, I can get a shot on him. Let me scroll up. This guy, this T-49, can get a shot on him. The more guns on these guys, the better off you are. That's one of the big, just like in real battles, that's the nice thing about this game, is kind of realistic in that respect. Let them get into a clearing. Let them get away from cover. Let them screw themselves over by putting themselves out in the open. And I tell this guy to do it, you know, I told the AT guy there to do it a couple times. Unfortunately for him, he did listen, got himself up too far, and then that was the end of him. And you'll see it happen. So he's starting to creep up again. Even if you sit back, as we're down 7 to 10 tanks, you gotta play. You gotta especially play defensive the more you're down. See, he gets a little too far up there and he starts screwing around. See, I tell him again, stay back and play defensive. And then we also, the other problem is when we have all these tanks gone, we're weak on the side here. So, with that in mind, I'm trying to do whatever I can to help these guys out. That guy is pretty crazy there. Yeah, might as well just turn right around and go right back. But that's pretty crazy. The Artie gets the shots off and kills that guy right as he gets killed. So that was pretty cool that Artie took him down with him. Which is another good point. You know, if you're going to go out, you might as well take somebody with you if you can. Again, just sitting up here. And if you notice, I haven't been shot at once this entire time. So you get himself too far up there, and just like that, he's gone. Which is big because that hill is very important in this game. That hill controls not only this backside and keep a spot on that, the hill also watches the cap too. You can get an angle on guys on the cap. So if you lose that hill, as on this side of the map, if you lose that hill, it is a big deal. Because this map is kind of one-sided. It's I don't know if you want to call it the East team here, but the East team kind of has a pretty big advantage on that hill, because I think out of every single time I've played this, I don't think I've once seen the West Side team beat the East Side up to the top of the hill. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but I haven't anyway. When, like I said, that's a pretty big deal because you can get more angles on the cap. It's not perfect, but it helps you out. So now it's me and the Artie. That's all that's left. 9 on 13. Get a shot. Bounce it. That's the nice thing about these things, is sloped armor. I get him, so now I'm down 10 to 14. 1 versus 5, and 2 of them are Artie. And oh yeah, and they start capping too. So I gotta figure it, and I got 54% health. So I gotta figure at this point I'm no longer on the radar, because I think it's like 5 seconds between being spotted and going off the radar. And unfortunately, my view range isn't good enough on this thing. When you get into the higher tiers, your view range, you should be able to see down on that cap. But because it's, I think, well, I think it's like 300, but I don't know for sure for the StuG. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. KV 100%. There's the KV2 that was injured severely, and I think there's a T49. T49 is also pretty damaged. They got I think that's a grill. Yep, a grill with 5 kills. It's pretty good, and a priest, M7 priest, M37. Never mind. See, everybody's good gaming it up already, huh? But is the game over? I don't know. But I'm assuming I kind of gave it away. Otherwise, you know, I wouldn't have posted this if it wasn't. If it was cut and dry, I wouldn't have posted this. So let's see what happens. And like I said, this is probably, when I was playing this, I was like literally excited. You know what I mean? Like my heart was racing a little bit. I was having fun. I've played the World of Tanks quite a bit. Sometimes it's pretty hard to have fun with this game, but I managed to on this one. There goes the KV2. So now we get to play with the T40. And now, as I was worried about, is Artie. So yeah, dodged one shot there. And so I don't want to play ring around Rosie with this guy because I got Artie in that KV-1. I'm really worried about it. So there's another shot. There's 2 shots I dodged. 3 shots. I don't know how that one missed me. And of course I track him. There's another shot behind me. Now it's 3-1. There's another shot. What is that? 4 or 5 that I missed. That just barely missed me. And now at this point, I also figure again that I'm down, or I'm off their radar within 5 seconds or so. So it's not quite as you know, I get a little bit of a respite, I guess I could say. In this KV-1 talking a lot of trash here. I wasn't too worried about the KV-1 here. And the reason why is it's got that big gun, but it can't get you from a distance. I got this guy at a distance. So now I'm looking for those Arties because I gotta knock them out. I'm really worried about sitting in one spot for too long because I don't want Artie to just knock me out. So based on their angle, I figured they were somewhere down by the cap. Or not cap, I'm sorry. Down by their spawn. So I wasn't really worried about the KV-1 because I can get him at a distance. I gotta get that Artie, so that's what I'm looking for. And the nice thing about this StuG is I'm cruising along at 35, nearly 40 kilometers per hour. I'm back there pretty fast, right? I didn't know if they might not think I could get there that quickly. See, as I'm telling these guys, I'm worried about the Artie because those guys were reloading fast. So now he's capping, and there's a bunch of different places I can shoot this guy from. Can't get a spot. Come on, where is he? He's obviously down there. There's one Artie. And he gone. 2 left. But the cap's still going. So now that I think of it, where that shot landed, Artie had to, that grill must have been over towards the east side. This is another good spot to be if you're a TD on the west side team. Sitting here is pretty good. Get that cover. And there he is right out in the open. Good, reset the cap. And this is where sometimes this happens and it just kills me. I start bouncing. And I can't sit there for too long, as the AT pointed out. I can't sit there for too long because I'm sure that that grill is just zeroing in on me. So I gotta get out of there. I don't know if I got spotted. I don't have 6th sense, but I just gotta get out of there. So now it's down 2-1. The KV-1 with, what was it, like 90%, took 100 health out of him, something like that. And the grill. So now I'm debating on where do I go. I can come down here, try to get a side shot on him, but I'm worried because first, he's behind that rock. So that's going to be in the way. And second, I don't want to get too close to him because then he's going to be able to, the accuracy won't be as big of a problem for him. And at this point in time, I realized I had only 3 shells left of the armor piercing, so I switched to the HE to see, and I was bouncing too. So I was worried about it, so I switched to the HE to hope that I could just land a shell on him, maybe do a little crew damage and reset the cap. So now, as you can see, I kept going back and forth. Where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? I decided to come back up here where I just shot that M37, I think it was. About 40 seconds in. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Fire. Miss. or penetration, no damage, and he gets me. So it was a good game, but ultimately they prevailed. It was one of the most fun games I have had playing World of Tanks in a very long time. We were only 18 seconds away from making a draw either way too. I just realized that looking up at it. 18 seconds. They wouldn't have been able to do it in time. But with that, I hope you guys like this. The StuG is. I've been saying this in a few games I've been playing, and just to kind of like see what other people think. I believe that StuG is probably the best German tank in the game. A lot of people are saying the VK3601. I disagree with that. I've played the VK3601. I've played the 3001P, and I think it's a 3001H. To me, they're okay, but the StuG is a crazy awesome tank. And let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you think about this gameplay. If you thought I was gonna pull it off there, or did you think that I was doomed from the start? So please, with that, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.